Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Matt, and I've spent many hours of my life degenerately trading stocks, options, futures, crypto, and pretty much everything else in between. I've had really big winners. Unfortunately, I've also had really big losers, so it's been a wild ride. If that's something that interests you, make sure to check out the live show, but this video is gonna be a little bit different. Actually, it's a whole new style of video that I haven't made before, so let me know your thoughts at the end of the video. But today, I wanna talk about a question that I'm most commonly asked. What are my top trading book recommendations? In all reality, this is one of my favorite questions because I've read hundreds of trading books and I would love to share my top picks with all of you. No, but seriously, these are the ones I have just in this room. So with that being said, my very first suggestion would be Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life, an Antidote for Chaos. Just to be clear, this book has nothing to do with trading strategy, fundamental breakdowns, technical analysis, nothing along those lines whatsoever. In fact, it's a mindset book. Before we get into my other suggestions that more directly relate to trading itself, I want to make it explicitly clear that I'm of the opinion to be a successful trader, 90% of the battle, potentially even more, is all about your own discipline. That other 10% that deals with like what's your knowledge base, you know how to read this and everything else in between, that can be taught. And yeah, of course there's a little bit of luck, but I truly believe it's about 90% discipline, 7% skill, and then maybe about 3% luck. What's excellent about this book is it's applicable to everyone. You don't have to be a trader, an aspiring trader, or even care about the markets. This book could be read by anyone because it's all about why you should take on more responsibility on your life and perhaps a better lens to look at life through. If you happen to be looking for a psychology/discipline book that directly focuses on trading itself, I would love to recommend Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Unfortunately, I don't have a hard copy of it, but I do have an audiobook and I listen to it at least once a year. Definitely highly recommend it. Next up is a bit of a doozy, but you degenerate options traders are gonna love it. Talking about Options Volatility and Pricing by Natenberg. As you can see, I was not joking around. Look at the size of this thing. Now, I'm not saying it's the easiest book to read in the world, but if you master this book, you will be a master options trader. The information, the strategies, the graphics, everything in this book is top tier. So the better question is, do you have the discipline to finish it? And more importantly, will you put in the effort to comprehend it? And last, but certainly not least, in fact, it's my favorite trading book of all time, The Long-Term Secrets to Short-Term Trading by Larry Williams. This is the book that really started my trading career. Before I read that book, yeah, I was trading a little bit here and there, and I always liked math and I always liked markets. I saw it as a big game, a big puzzle, but this is a book that really redefined my framework of how I view the markets. If you've never heard of Larry Williams, he's an award-winning world champion trader, so basically he's a guy who knows what he's talking about. I stumbled across this book when I was in college, doing what college students do best, procrastinating, looking for more fun things to do instead of the work that needed to be done. In fact, it was one of those situations where I had a project due the next day, and I picked this book up and I couldn't put it down. The first time I read through it, I read it from cover to cover, and of course I never turned in that project, so I got an F. But if you asked me then, and even if you ask me now, I still think it was worth it. Now I want you to know that this book uses the future markets for a lot of its examples, but it's not a futures trading book. If anything, it's a book on how to understand or interpret price action, trends, market psychology, and it even has great commentary of how you should be thinking about risk to reward. It's truly a phenomenal book that will help strengthen your framework for what markets are and aren't. Obviously, there are many other great trading books out there. This video isn't meant to be the end-all be-all list of trading books. The three discussed in this video, I highly recommend for any trader or aspiring trader. On that note, if you have a favorite trading book or two, I would love to hear from you. Let me know in a comment below because I'm always looking for something new to read. I appreciate your time, best of luck trading, and I'll catch you in the next video.